Welcome back to yet another no-name MAME game. Today's no-name MAME game is, well, a little bit of a note on the name of the series. So, in actuality, I'm playing random MAME games, and typically random MAME games tend to be unknown things you've never heard of. But sometimes you end up with games that are kind of well known. So, I mean, the name of the series is a bit of a misnomer, but let's be honest, no-name MAME game is a lot better than random MAME game. Random name game sounds like you're just some average Joe off the street playing random MAME games. Let's play a no-name MAME game sounds like you're a dude with extra super class. That being said, today's game is Frogger. So, let's jump right in. As you can immediately see, you are controlling a little frog at the bottom of the screen, and your objective is to get him to the top of the screen. It's surprisingly hard. And man, if you think this is like too much, just wait till you see the next level. So there are various little lodgings for the frog that he can go to. And there are also these purple frog lady girls that the frog can pick up. And perhaps one of the most iconic dangers in this game are the turtles that dive underwater. So my general strategy is to go for the leftmost little frog lodging places, because those tend to be the ones that are harder to reach. You fill them up faster, then it's pretty much smooth sailing. Although, nothing in Frogger is smooth sailing. I mean, even when you're about to escape from surefire danger, you still lose. And that's kind of the thing about Frogger. It's kind of a hard game. Honestly, it's kind of a game that you have to have patience for. I mean, you have to, like, wait and time your moments and do all this, so... I mean... It's a lot better to play if you're not on the camera, you know? You're not obligated to show something interesting, something fancy, something unique, something crazy. Well, I don't know, because I mean, on one hand, watching Frogger isn't all that exciting, but playing Frogger can definitely be pretty intense. Although, it might be me, but it feels like the frog's a little bit slow on his, jumping. Like, I'm used to where he can, like, jump instantaneously, which arguably ruins some of the challenge, but, I mean, that's kind of, like, fake difficulty added on anyway, so let's not kid ourselves. It might seem like just 2 more cars, not a big deal, but there's already, like, small areas that the frog has to get through. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing why the leftmost ones are the hardest. Just because you have to take that chance as to, whether or not the log will show up or not. Whoa, okay, that just wasn't paying attention. Also, you may have noticed the, alligator, and may have already surmised that alligators naturally eat frogs, so the alligators are a threat. You can hang out on alligators for a little while, but eventually you die. Not too surprising, because everything in this game kills you. Except for the, success music, but even then, it can lull you into a full sense of victory. Man. Just complete balls to the wall, frog jump in action. Let's see if I can make it to level 3. I don't recall ever making it to level 3. And I won't. That being said, Frogger is, like, one of the more just focus-heavy, pure challenge arcade games out there, and especially a classic from the era that it's from. I hesitate to actually guess. Maybe it's like 85? Yeah, it's not going to show me right now. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about Frogger. It's fairly intuitive, it's just hard. And I mean, a little bit of that is just because it's a little clunky controlling around the frog, but it's also just... it's a hard setup. I mean, it forces you to get... there are small margins of error. Like, you gotta exactly time your jumps to get onto the log, but then sometimes the log's gonna disappear, so you have to time like which logs are good and not, or like which turtles are good, and eventually it gets a little overwhelming. Well, let's wait a minute or two just to see what year this game was. It's actually kind of weird to like look at other games from the eras and see just how this game stacks up. 81, dang, alright. Okay, that's like the earliest game I've played, I think. And it's... well, I hesitate to say the best, because it's hard to compare arcade games, but this is definitely a classic, and definitely worthwhile. I mean, it's really a game, though, that you have to focus in, and that doesn't really translate well to a, quote, let's play. So, on that note, this cat's got a scat.